The morning of November 16th began at 4 a.m. when some of the leaders of Students United, including Fred Prejean, were arrested. Ola Sims and other protest leaders like Ricky Hill and Herget Harris were swift to take action.
A group of us went to the administration office to see President Netterville. Went there in hopes that he would do something to intervene and get the students released from jail.
Now known as Ola Prejean, she recalls Southern University President Dr. G. Leon Netterville telling the group to wait in the building while he went to a meeting and tried to gather information about the arrest. The students in his office later discovered Netterville had left campus.
Somehow we found out that he'd gone down to the State Department of Education, so we then went there in search of him.
Later, more members of Students United, including Josephine Smith and her suite-mate Brenda Glover, gathered at the administration building.
We were just there for support to go see if we were going to actually get anything done.
The crowd eventually grew to between 100 to 200 students. Some were just passersby, including Josephine Smith's brother Denver Smith and junior Leonard Brown. Lieutenant Don Honore remembers some of the sheriff's deputies had heard incorrectly that Netterville was held hostage in the administration building. Soon, a long line of police cars hurried toward campus to clear out the students.
When I went home to pick up a weapon, a rifle, to use as a barricade against the students if we had to push it, and came back and came into Swan Street, made my right turn, came up and went around the curve and parked my unit here. And we started lining up across the front here. Big Bertha was right here on the street. And we had automobiles lined up all along here. The sheriff's office came from the junior deputy's hut on Harding Boulevard. Come in and started parking all over here.
Lieutenant Honore says Sheriff Al Amos called in officers from different departments, including the parish prison. Many of them didn't have any training in crowd control. He recalls State Trooper Bobby Crow leaning down and rolling a tear gas canister toward the crowd of students. A student then hurled the canister back toward the law enforcement.
When the tear gas canister went off over our heads, that's when all the firing started, and that's when all hell broke loose. A lot of firing came out of Big Bertha because it was there rocking.
Josephine Smith and Glover went inside for shelter, in which, looking back, they believe was a mistake.
I'm screaming. I don't know what's going on. I'm 19 years old, and I'm being shot at. I don't know what's coming. And then I've never been tear gassed before. I'm like just fearful. I'm terrified. I don't know what's going on. We all down on the floor. But I still don't know what's going on outside.
The officers created a pathway for students to exit south and cleared those still inside the administration building.
But then I'm walking across blood on the sidewalk. I don't know what's going on. All of that was cleared. Everything was gone when we came out the building. I didn't know that anybody had been shot.
Lieutenant Honore realized in shock that 2 students toward the back of the group were shot outside the building.
At that time, when I walked up there and saw it was 2 human beings, it just flashed through my mind as being mannequins and something there still on the sidewalk, but it was 2 human beings.
The 2 students were Denver Smith and Leonard Brown. Maria Pham, LSU Manship School News Service.